Welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you.
We are back for another week of Market Bites.
Market Bites.
And
we've got a special guest today
We
who's
do.
going to illuminate us about home loans.
Yes.
Carolyn Capalbo with CMG Home Loans, who is about as creative as anybody I've ever seen.
She's also a good cookie maker.
She's a really great cookie person.
But she's better at loans than she is at, I don't know.
She's pretty good at cookies. She's pretty good at cookies. She's our cookie lady.
Well, and she's also our very creative land lender. So we're excited to have you. We want you to help explain some things to our folks.
We want to talk, we're seeing a lot of people now buying lots and land because they can't find what they want to buy that's already done.
Right.
Either because the price is too high or it's just not available. So one of the things we wanted to talk about today was tell us about the process of buying a lot, the different options, because it's not all straightforward, and a lot of mortgage companies and home loan people will not finance a lot at all.
Right.
So, Carolyn, make us smart.
Oh my goodness. Well, ironically, you're right. There's not a whole lot of land or a lot of properties available, or somebody's looking for a specific niche. You know, I have one that started the same way. They needed to acquire the lot, and then they needed to buy a specific house because in their scenario they needed two masters. One for the husband, one for the wife, because the husband snores too much about things. So they really wanted and needed two master suites in the house, and that's a hard entity to find on a one-level living house. So what we ended up doing was we helped them purchase the land, and we're rolling that right into a construction loan.
Okay.
So we have many different ways of doing that. We can do it by leveraging their current home, their primary home that they currently have. If they have enough equity, they can certainly pull that equity out, purchase the land cash, and then we can do a construction loan after the fact. We can do a lot loan. We have land loans too, but they're expensive. And we also have some really cool construction loans that allow the land to be acquired with the actual construction loan. So depending upon what your buyer needs and what the borrower needs and where they are in the process, because remember, picking a builder is a process too. And if they already have a builder kind of lined up and set aside, I would think rolling that all into a construction loan would be the least expensive route to go.
Right. Well, you know, it's interesting, you said the lot loan itself, if it was a standalone lot loan, be more expensive interest-wise. You still got to come up with 25, 35 down,
35
down.
35. That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot. But again, it's not the same as if it's 35% of the house.
Correct.
It's a lot less.
Yeah.
Correct.
And the other thing is, and the interest rate will be higher. But then again, it presumably is short term. So you just sort of make it work. You know, if you got to pay 10 or 12% interest instead of 7 or 6, but at the same time, the pain's not too bad. You know, the lot loan's not nearly the same as the house, and the short term.
So an interesting statistic: most people that pick up land and lot loans that have the intention to buy in the future, they don't hold those loans for more than 2 to 3 years. So even if they are picking up and spending a little bit more in interest up front, and remember, like Jim had said, that 35% down is not the whole, product after it's finished. It's just the land. So if they're picking up a $500,000 piece of land and building another $1 million on top of it for a $1.5 million home, it's not 35% of the $1.5 million. It's maybe 35 of the 500,000.
Right.
And I think that that's an important distinction to make.
Yeah, and I mean it's just important that we figure out how to help our people get what they want. And that's the reason we asked you to come talk to us a little bit about that. And you got another product that I can't ever stop her from talking about. That's even more creative. And nobody else has this. Nobody else has this product.
Can you describe it in one sentence? I bet not.
I know. But you know what? The good news is it's a one-time closed construction loan.
There you go.
And I'll touch base on it, but I also want to share with you too as a tip to help your borrowers when they're looking for land. Let's say you have somebody and you know they're looking for that needle in the haystack, and you know right up front they're looking for something specific, and they don't care if they wait a year for that specific, property. I would partner with a builder, introduce them to builders right up front, and then they have the builder set aside already.
Okay.
And they have time then to be able to do it all in one.
Right.
Literally all in one. So that they can purchase with, 20% down or even 15% down on a construction loan and acquire the land. I think that's a more interesting way of doing it if they have time.
Cheaper.
Much less expensive.
It's a one-time close too, isn't it?
And it can be a one-time close, yep. So the all-in-one loan. So the all-in-one loan combines banking and mortgage and can help your borrowers accelerate the payoff of the loan and also save them potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars in mortgage interest.
Wow.
And that's an interesting program. I think that's going to be for a different day to go into the ins and outs of it. But if you do have somebody that is interested in buying something that eventually they're going to pay off. For instance, maybe they're going to be selling their primary residence, or they have another house here that they're going to sell, and they can carry both. That all-in-one loan will allow them to go ahead and pay down that principal balance and save them a fortune in mortgage interest without losing liquidity. I think it's a really cool program, but I do think that we'll do a Zoom call one day with that one.
Okay. Well, again, one thing we're always happy to do for our clients is to try to connect them with people who are creative, who can make it happen. Because our answer always needs to be yes.
Right.
There may be a but in there, but it's got to start with yes.
Yes. So, she can do it. She can definitely do it.
Absolutely. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Anything I can do to help you guys, let me know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.